So for about a week, I did absolutely nothing, which is why there's no vlog 4. Here's vlog 5. So this past week, the really big gaming event that happened, E3, everyone knows about it. Everyone's been talking about it. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it because everyone else already has. I watched the conferences a bit later. I haven't watched the Nintendo conference only because I don't really play a whole lot of Nintendo games. I have a Wii U, I have a 3DS. I don't really play a lot of the Nintendo games, so I didn't really care a whole lot about watching the Nintendo Direct. So I'll watch it later. A lot of my friends have been posting about it. I know there's some new Metroid game coming out, there's a new Star Fox game coming out. Yay, that'll be fun. So between the conferences that I did watch, I didn't watch the EA conference because EA. And I didn't watch the Bethesda conference because I do like their games, but I just didn't really feel all that invested to watch it. I already knew that Fallout 4 was happening, so I watched Microsoft, Ubisoft, and Sony, which, well, they were all decent. I'd say Ubisoft was probably my favorite, but that's only because Aisha Tyler was hilarious. Every time she'd fub a line, she would instantly pick it back up. It helps that she's an improv comic. The Sony and Microsoft ones were relatively boring. When the EA, like the head of EA, came out and was doing his announcements, it was so boring. When they announced Modern Warfare 2, I was taken back at just how boring that announcement was. I couldn't believe it. I remember when the Garden Warfare announcement came out, and it seemed like this whole Battlefield trailer, and everyone's going, oh, Battlefield, here we go, it's Battlefield, who cares? But then all of a sudden, you see these plants coming up and zombies, and suddenly it's Garden Warfare, and that looked really fun. It looked really cool. It was this really awesome bait and switch. And then Garden Warfare 2.
Now, before I go, I've got some news that I think you're really going to like. Because of your passion for the insanely fun Plants vs. Zombies franchise, I'm excited to announce today Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
Yeah, that was really boring. The Microsoft conference, though, did manage to have one really big thing that I found really interesting, which was the HoloLens. I think that's actually going to be really cool. Just the way it looked and the 3D mapping that it did. Everything we've always seen looked like pre-CG rendered, and it was all these people interacting and whatnot, which was all fake. But this one was real, at least as far as we know, and it looked really good. It tracked really well. The person moved around. It never moved. It didn't have that weird, like, jarring thing, like if you've ever used the 3DS and the cards with 3D projection, how as you move it around, the image kind of jerks around. It was spot on, perfect, no matter where they moved. So that was pretty cool. I'm interested to see how that actually plays and how that works. I want to get my hands on one. Sony overall, it was kind of the same thing. I was watching it. I was just laying back, watching it. And there were parts where I just stopped caring and just wasn't invested. And overall, like, it seemed like a lot of fun, and the stuff that's going to be coming out I'm excited for. But overall, this E3 for the press conferences was kind of, I didn't see a whole lot there. But it was still fun. We got some cool announcements. We got some cool things. The biggest thing I'm excited for right now is Halo 5. And that's purely because ODST is back. Nathan Fillion is voicing one of the characters, which was awesome. And then one of the Covenant, I'm pretty sure it was one of the Covenant, was voiced by, it sounded like, I haven't looked this up yet, but it sounded like Goliath from Gargoyles. I saw that and went, I want it now. So that has me excited purely because of the voice cast. So last Saturday, I went to the 404 show, which is local improv comedy group. I've talked about them a lot. They were the people who we were staying with at Anime North. We filmed a whole lot for them. We took a bunch of pictures. It was a really fun time. And they do monthly bar shows here in Toronto, and I believe they also do them out in Calgary. But I think it's Calgary. But the bar show was a lot of fun. I always have a really good time at those shows. They're a great bunch of people. It was really, really funny. It was a free show right after Anime North, so there was this huge crowd, big laughs all around. It was a lot of fun. I don't want to give all of it away. Go check out their channel, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. They're really fun. That's about what happened this week. Once again, a pretty Relatively slow week. It's been a lot busier with work, but I don't want to get into work. And yeah, so this weekend there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. North by Northeast is happening. That's what this wristband is. And Pride is happening right now. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'll be talking about next week for sure. So until then, see you guys later.